Why reading is important. Leo always dreamed of speaking English fluently, but a wall of shyness often stood in his way. He understood grammar rules perfectly and knew many words, yet opening his mouth felt like an impossible task. This internal conflict left him feeling frustrated and isolated, unable to connect with the global community he admired from afar. He longed for true communication. One quiet afternoon, while browsing a dusty old bookstore, Leo stumbled upon a beautifully illustrated children's book, written in simple English. A small voice within him whispered, "Why reading is important," echoing the wisdom he had often heard. He decided to give it a try, thinking perhaps this gentle approach might ease his linguistic anxieties. He began his reading journey with that very book, slowly deciphering each sentence, often rereading passages to grasp the full meaning. The simplicity of the language was a comfort, not a challenge, allowing him to focus on comprehension rather than getting bogged down by complex vocabulary. This was a gentle start. Soon Leo discovered the joy of English story reading, particularly those from British authors. He found their unique phrasing and common expressions quite charming, adding a new dimension to his learning experience. "Let's talk in British English," he often thought, trying to mimic the accents he heard in audiobooks. A crucial step for Leo was starting to read aloud at home. Initially, his voice sounded awkward and unfamiliar to his own ears. He felt silly speaking to an empty room, but he pushed past the discomfort, knowing that vocalizing the words was essential for pronunciation practice and building fluency. This simple act, performed consistently each day, slowly chipped away at his shyness. He wasn't performing for anyone. He was simply practicing, allowing his tongue and mouth to get accustomed to the new sounds and rhythms of English. It was a private journey of self-improvement. As his reading improved, Leo realized the profound importance of listening English. He started consuming podcasts, watching British dramas without subtitles, and paying close attention to the intonation and speed of native speakers. This immersive experience greatly enhanced his comprehension. He found that reading a story first, then listening to its audiobook version, was incredibly effective. This combination reinforced new vocabulary, improved his auditory recognition, and helped him understand natural conversational flow. His brain was actively making vital connections. The next significant hurdle was to start talking at home, even if it was just to himself. He would narrate his day, describe objects around him, or even have imaginary conversations. This self-dialogue built confidence for actual human interaction. Then, he bravely tried engaging his family members, who weren't fluent in English, in simple conversations. It wasn't about perfect grammar but about the act of speaking. How to talk to anyone in English began with these small, safe steps within his comfort zone. Even a few exchange phrases daily made a huge difference. His family, though amused, was supportive, and their patient listening encouraged him to keep going. He realized that communication wasn't just about flawless sentences but about connecting. Leo then sought out opportunities to talk to people in pairs. He joined an online language exchange platform, finding a partner from London. This one-on-one interaction reduced the pressure he felt in larger groups, allowing him to practice more freely. His first video call was nerve-wracking, but his partner was incredibly patient and encouraging. They discussed their favorite books, daily routines, and cultural differences, often laughing at misunderstandings. This was real, meaningful communication, not just textbook exercises. Regular conversations with his language partner quickly transformed his speaking abilities. He learned how to ask follow-up questions, express opinions, and even navigate small talk with increasing ease. The fear of making mistakes gradually diminished over time. Armed with new confidence, Leo started applying the principles of how to talk with anyone. He realized that most people are understanding and appreciate genuine effort, regardless of a learner's accent or occasional grammatical errors. Kindness was key. He began visiting local international meetups, no longer hiding in the corner. He initiated conversations with strangers, asking about their backgrounds, travel experiences, and interests, actively using the phrases he had practiced. Mistakes still happened, of course, but now Leo viewed them as valuable learning opportunities rather than embarrassing failures. He would often ask for corrections, eager to refine his pronunciation and grammar in real time. Reading continued to play a crucial role. Through diverse genres, he encountered nuanced expressions and idiomatic phrases that enriched his conversational vocabulary. He could now understand subtle jokes and cultural references. English story reading not only improved his language, but also offered deep insights into different cultures and perspectives. Each book was a window into another world, broadening his understanding and empathy. He firmly believed that his consistent reading laid the foundational groundwork for his confident speaking. The more he read, the more naturally the words and sentence structures flowed from his tongue during conversations. From children's books, he progressed to young adult fiction, then contemporary novels, and even non-fiction works related to his hobbies. His reading list grew as fast as his confidence. Each new book introduced him to a wealth of new vocabulary, not just isolated words, but words in context, making them easier to remember and use appropriately in various situations. He made a point of noting down interesting expressions and idioms he encountered, then tried to weave them into his everyday practice. This made his speech sound more natural and sophisticated. Beyond speaking, his reading habit also significantly improved his English writing skills. He naturally began to structure his thoughts more clearly and use more varied sentence patterns. The ripple effect of his language learning was profound. He felt more connected to the world, more capable of pursuing international opportunities, and generally more confident in all areas of his life. His ability to how to talk to anyone in English transformed his social life. He made friends from different countries, sharing stories and learning about diverse cultures firsthand. No longer just understanding, Leo could now fully express his thoughts, feelings, and opinions, participating actively in discussions rather than just being a silent observer. English became more than just a subject. It was a powerful tool for personal growth, enabling him to explore new ideas, access vast amounts of information, and truly connect. He understood that consistency was paramount. Even on days when he felt tired, he would dedicate at least a few minutes to reading or listening, maintaining his momentum. Every new book was an adventure, a chance to discover new stories, ideas, and ways of thinking. Reading kept his curiosity alive and fueled his passion for the language. Inspired by his own journey, Leo started sharing his experiences with other hesitant learners, emphasizing the power of starting small and being persistent. His primary advice was always, start talking at home. He stressed that the private comfort of one's own space is the perfect launchpad for building vocal confidence. He also highlighted the critical role of listening English actively and consistently. Immersing oneself in authentic speech patterns is non-negotiable for fluency. He would often say, "Embrace English story reading," explaining how narratives make learning enjoyable and help internalize grammar and vocabulary naturally. He encouraged them not to shy away from British English, but to appreciate its unique charm and listen for its distinct sounds. Exposure to different accents is beneficial. For those ready for interaction, his advice was always to find a partner. How to talk to people in pairs is a less intimidating way to begin real conversations. Finally, he reminded them that how to talk with anyone begins with a genuine desire to connect and a willingness to make mistakes without judgment. Leo knew his journey wasn't over. Learning a language is a continuous process of discovery and refinement, with new words and expressions always waiting to be learned. He remained curious, always seeking out new resources and opportunities to practice. His openness to new experiences kept his English fresh and dynamic. The shy Leo who once struggled to utter a single English word had transformed into a confident, articulate speaker, truly embodying the power of perseverance. His life was undoubtedly richer because of his commitment to learning English. Doors had opened, opportunities had arisen, and his world had expanded immensely. His story became a testament to what dedication and the right approach can achieve. It wasn't about innate talent, but consistent, focused effort over time. He often reflected on those simple beginnings, that single children's book, the quiet moments of reading aloud, the tentative attempts at self-talk. He understood now more than ever why reading is so important. Stories not only teach language but also inspire, connect, and transform lives profoundly. English became a bridge for him, connecting him to diverse cultures, new knowledge, and countless fascinating individuals across the globe. He truly felt like a global citizen, able to navigate different cultural contexts and communicate effectively, breaking down barriers one conversation at a time. He felt immense gratitude for that chance encounter with the children's book, which had ignited his passion and set him on this incredible linguistic path. He tirelessly encouraged others to start their own reading journeys, emphasizing that it's an enjoyable and highly effective method for language acquisition. The joy he found in discovering new words and understanding complex ideas through English texts was a constant source of motivation for him. Learning English was about more than just words. It was about opening up his mind, fostering empathy, and embracing a broader perspective of the world. Reading English stories became a cherished daily ritual, a quiet time for learning and reflection that he looked forward to with genuine anticipation. His journey inspired many, proving that with dedication and the right strategies, anyone can master English and confidently engage with the world. Every day, Leo continues to learn, to read, to listen, and to talk, knowing that language is a living, breathing entity that rewards continuous engagement. There is always something new to learn, a new accent to understand, or a new way to express an old idea, keeping his English journey endlessly fascinating. And so the quiet boy found his confident voice, proving that mastering English is not merely about rules, but about brave steps, consistent practice, and the unwavering belief in oneself.